I was going to open this with a joke, but according to Mr. Collins, I'm not funny, so. Distinguished members of the Board of Education, Dr. Edwards, faculty, staff, proud parents, especially the moms, and most importantly, the graduates of the class of 2025. As I stand here today, I am not your valedictorian. I mean, heck, I didn't even place top 50% for grades. I wasn't your class president, captain of the football team, or even president of the FFA club. I'm just me. Some even compare me to Paul George. Paul George is a professional basketball player who plays in the NBA, and he suffered several injuries, like a compound leg fracture and a torn UCL on his elbow. And yet, every time, he came back and played better than ever before. Now you're probably wondering where the connection between us is. Throughout high school, several others and I have suffered from many setbacks, from academic issues to social issues, and even extracurricular pressures. But yet, we all made it to the final step of high school. A question that I ponder on, because everyone keeps asking me, is what are you going to do next? As I'm sure you've all been asked this same question, it's a very different question from who are you going to be. What I want you to consider is what does it mean to be a human being and not a human doing? In a world that often defines us by our accomplishments, we must remember the value of our natural worth. Being mindful of who we are at our core allows us to engage in life in a more meaningful way. When we little freshmen walked through those front doors 1,361 days ago, we were filled with excitement, anxiety, and finally, without mask. Who could have imagined the roller coaster waiting for us? These past 4 years have been a whirlwind, from working on mastering A&P in Mr. Johnson's class till midnight for a big test, to the unforgettable school dances, especially junior year prom. For those who don't remember, the floor started to break on us. We have made a tapestry of memories that created and continue to tell our story today. The moments we felt invincible, the feeling of hitting a game-winning three, scoring the game-winning goal, landing a lead role in show choir, and getting a good grade on that math test in Ms. Casper's class. And of course, the moments where we stumbled, like when we were one game short from qualifying to state, or when we faced the disappointment of a setback. I was scrolling through TikTok a couple of days ago and came across this quote: "According to all known laws of aviation, there is no way that a bee should be able to fly. Its wings are too small to get its fat little body off the ground. The bee, of course, flies anyways." Who knows where the bee would be if it didn't challenge these laws, and who knows where we would be if we didn't challenge our setbacks. That quote was from the Bee Movie, for those who don't remember. In these challenging moments, we discovered who we are. We learned to lean on each other, forging connections that will lift us when we couldn't lift ourselves. We found strength in the community, comfort in shared experiences, and hope in the promise of better days. Each tear shed, each setback faced, and each small victory has brought us to this very moment. The moment the Northwest class of 2025 will all be in one place at the same time. In the midst of our celebration, I don't want us to lose reality. The truth is that life is hard and the world is imperfect. As we set out to the next obstacles in our lives with eagerness and excitement, we'll soon realize not everything goes according to our plans. We will fail. We will fall. And there will even be moments filled with despair, anxiety, and even hopelessness. If we are not careful, those moments can consume the life within us. So as you go out into the world to chase your dreams, you're met with a battle you can't win, a mountain you can't climb. Remember that God made you with a purpose and will always have a plan for you. For my fellow graduates, never underestimate the power of your setbacks or hardships. Your stories of resilience can inspire others to face their own battles. Let's carry those lessons in our hearts. Begin to embrace the struggles, for they shaped us. Strive to be the bee that could and not the bee that couldn't. If there's anything that I would want you to remember from my student address today, it would be that success is not defined by the absence of hardship, but by the presence of courage to rise again and again. Congratulations, class of 2025. Once a Viking, always a Viking.